I don't have to talk the whole time. Maybe different people could say different parts of it.
Sure.
Right, I can introduce the whole thing. Who would like to say our role? All right. You wanna
I'm
do
up
that? Okay,
That, why we report that last one. I haven't announced you just sometimes more, but I don't know if I need to do it. The central awareness. Right, tracking.
I think it's important to say, like, the importance of reporting incidents. I think that's important for people to know. You know, we need to track this. We're trying to create, I think one thing I would like to stress is we're just trying to create, a safe working environment for everybody. And,
Bert, I just wanted to mention that we had audio issues up until just recently.
oh,
It's possible to do like a 5-second recap.
okay, all right.
Apologies.
So should I start from the beginning?
It's just recap if you can.
Okay, we need to, we just had some audio issues. This is the Sexual Harassment Prevention Panel meeting on Friday, January 26th. We are here, 5 members of the panel, Representative Molly Burke,
Representative Edgar Triadric from Burlington.
Representative Carolyn Brannigan from Franklin County.
Mike Burwicki, from the four.
Patty McCoy, Oakley, Ira, and Clark Wells.
and we have been discussing, a presentation that we intend to make to the Democratic, Republican, and Progressive caucuses in the aftermath of the the sexual harassment prevention training. We wanted to put a more personal note on the training and let people know who we are and how they can contact us and et cetera. So we're planning a 5-minute presentation, and we've just been discussing. Representative Hedrick wrote out some talking points, and we've just been going over those. We're going to just mention the policy and procedure and how people can find it on the legislative webpage. And then we're going to be talking about what our role is and who's going to present the different parts of this. So I think we can start there. So for Representative Hedrick, why don't you just say again what our role is, and that's what you're going to be
Yes.
saying in the presentation.
Really, I'm just gonna read it.
Yeah, great.
In addition to seeking resolution for any complaints that would violate the policy for prevention of sexual harassment, we each also serve as a connection to the panel for complainants, witnesses, or anyone with questions or concerns about an incident or about the policy and procedures in general. We are the conduit to this.
And would anybody like to do the mandated reporters? Anybody want to, I mean, I think basically you could just read this.
I'd be happy to do that. I haven't been able to download this sheet, so I can't read it aloud right now, but
Okay,
I'm happy to do that.
I can print it out for you.
Yes, okay, that'd be great.
Okay,
When are you doing this? When?
I don't know, we'll have to discuss that. All right, so, and then importance of reporting incidents. Representative Miller.
First speaker.
Yeah.
Go ahead, you can, I speak enough on. So you can speak.
We'll give you a break.
No, but I do
He agrees with everything they said.
I would defer to you though, because I think it's important that we have gotten males on this predominantly in situations that are gonna come up with women. It's helpful for this information.
Okay, I will, and I do have a question on this part, because I think the issue, the question might come up when we say we're tracking.
Oh, yeah.
Individuals, I wonder if that will. Like who's moving,
People are gonna feel like, yeah,
like we're keeping a
Yeah.
record of a.
watching this
number,
person in the
you know what I
cafeteria,
mean?
whatever
We
you
want
want.
to know.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know we're bound to keep an accurate number. So do we want to
Right,
say
but-
tabulating there instead of tracking?
Yeah, something, I don't know.
let's say it in a softer way.
Yeah.
The Sexual Harassment Prevention Panel, we, in order to keep, what am I saying, in order to keep a safe environment,
Accurate data.
we just need to know, we need to keep track. We need to,
Retain accurate
retain
data.
data on instances, not necessarily. the panel needs to, and it's all right. So how do we say that?
The sexual harassment prevention panel is charged with retaining accurate data pertaining to the instances that would violate the policy.
And then,
Number of instances,
yeah, I mean, we're only supposed to report at the end of the
Yeah,
session, I
once a
think
year.
the number of complaints. We had X number of complaints, that was it, but maybe those two bullet points could be sort of combined. For a central body.
yeah, I think the second one is critical.
Yeah,
So the analogy for my world is like, so our office adjudicates all allegations of violations of the academic integrity policy, so cheating, plagiarism, collusion. And it's not uncommon for a faculty member to contact us after the fact, say, oh yeah, this happened. I just handled it myself. I gave the student a 0. And if that's the fourth time that student would have violated the policy, that's important for us to know from a central location because
okay,
the implications, right? So we don't want to silo this, I guess.
right, okay,
That's what I'm trying to get at. Second point.
but maybe the first one. is sort of all incorporated in the second one, what do you think? Charged with providing accurate ongoing training and central. I think it could just be said a little bit simpler. We need to, in order to provide a safe environment, we just need to note the, any instances that happen, any complaints. And we are also a central body. We read the same.
But we might notice patterns
Yeah,
that
that's
are
a good
apparent
pattern.
to,
Because
yeah.
very often that is the case.
Yeah.
All right, so do we have that? You wanna edit that, Patty, or do you wanna?
Yeah, I just, do you want to soften up the tracking?
Yeah, Right, I think to note. Maybe
Yeah.
not.
And I do like that concerning the trends and patterns that may
Yeah.
develop.
Yeah, note any, we're charged with noting any instances that might violate our policy. And, what did you just say?
Say something like keeping accurate records or data.
No, I don't think you should get into that. You should just say,
Concerns.
charged with providing, charged with noting any instances that would violate our policy. And you said something else right after that.
concerning trends and patterns.
No.
Concerning trends and patterns. I
Yeah,
think is what-
yeah, okay, concerning trends. And then we also serve as a central body. That when there are we're inconsistently formed of incidents of concern.
This is what I have after editing. Sexual harassment, bullet 1, the sexual harassment prevention panel is charged with retaining accurate data pertaining to the number of instances that were violated. Bullet 2, I've got the panel also serves as a central body that, when consistently informed of incidents of concern, is able to track concerning trends and patterns that may develop or may be developing like this as a result of multiple individual incidents.
And then I could just say again, that we just again want to emphasize that we're available. No question is too insignificant, and everything will be. Right?
And,
Any questions? And we can have that's
right, and who's gonna house this data? Human services?
It's
Human
This data
resources.
that we're,
human resources.
human resources.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
Damien's always in the room
Right.
and he's the
didn't know.
one
I
that,
know we had an issue last year, it's like, they said, let's council, because they're, Because it's.
I think it's human resource. I think they're going in transition, but they are in the process of hiring, like I mentioned last week, an attorney whose job is going to be solely devoted to human resources. Not necessarily,
Yeah.
Reports of harassment or discrimination, but, there are issues with contracts, all sorts of HR issues.
Okay. Because people ask, where is this gonna be?
Right. I think it would be, I can ask Damien,
Okay,
where will the information, I think it's, for now, I think until now, it's been in Damien's office. And
right,
it
that's
was just
what I thought.
hired
Yeah,
Arlene last year for human resources.
right.
So anyway.
Okay.
I want to push back a little bit, Mike. I think you're absolutely accurate. The most common victims of sexual harassment, sexual assault are women. I think it's important to realize that the most common perpetrators are men, which is why I think it's important for men to be outspoken about this.
Yeah.
Right? It's easy for us to say this is a women's issue, but in reality, it's an issue that impacts women because it's a men's issue. Yeah, so so I just want to kind of promise.
Do we want to say that in any way?
I'd be glad to see this stuff too.
Yeah.
So question is now, when? I will talk to Emily Long. And talk to. Yeah, and I'll talk to,
Yeah, really, whatever date. I mean, it's only gonna be a 5 minutes
we know it'll be on a Tuesday.
Oh,
during the processes.
yeah.
What did you say, Mike?
How about the independents?
I'll talk to Laura Sebeli. Okay, so I'm gonna talk to Laura. I'm gonna write to Damien. And I'm gonna talk to Emily Long, right? Yeah, and I will let everybody know what date we come up with. Yeah, probably, but I think it depends on what the committee bills are gonna be up for discussion. I mean, do you have any sense of that for Tuesday?
I don't know what's going on. Right now on notice today's Friday.
Yeah.
Notice for Tuesday, I think there's only one bill.
Are we ready to
Okay,
do
good.
it on Tuesday? Yeah, to just get it done. Okay, well, I'll check with them along and just see if that works for them. When I mentioned it to the speaker, they said, well, maybe, it was right before the discrimination training, so maybe we could all go together, but I think we can just do it separately.
I think that's a bit confusing.
Yeah, they can go separately if they want, maybe after a few weeks, they would go.
Mhm. Yep.
Okay.
I haven't answered any questions. The Office of Legislative Counsel, in cooperation with the Office of Human Resources and the Office of Legislative Information Technology shall continue all records.
That's what I thought. That's council.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
I'm wondering too, if we should mention that this fortunately is not something we have a big problem. We've had one so far.
Well, I think that I don't know if we should say that, because I think there might be some things that people don't
Right.
report.
One of the reasons they're not making some low.
Yeah.
Because it's not experimentation.
Yeah.
Or
So-
it doesn't feel safe.
I think we should just stress that we just want to create a really safe and welcoming and respectful environment for people, but not say, because we don't know. I mean, we don't know. Well, I wouldn't want to assume that based on what we know.
So you're thinking, even though we haven't heard from them, you think there are more?
I'm certain.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's already-
Yeah, sometimes people just don't, people do not want to, like, I didn't want to make a thing about it. I didn't want to do it. I just wanted to, whatever, move my seed or do something, I think that happens. So, I think we can't assume that, unfortunately. So, are we ready to adjourn?
What
Have
is
any other
this?
things that we need to talk about?
What was the short form though?
Oh, that's right.
yes. Oh, and I need to write, and I haven't done it. I talked to Representative Pajala to see whether the discrimination panel wanted to join us in sponsoring that bill. And she was interested, and I wrote to Damien and said that, and I said I would be willing to send out a query to the members of the discrimination panel. And it didn't get done this week, so I'll do it right now.
Okay, so the question I have is, this bill states that the Human Rights Commission will have jurisdiction over complaints made. So how does this panel, what are we then
I don't think we have any
gonna do?
jurisdiction. I think that is,
Right now, there's no.
Yeah.
It's much.
for a statewide office holder. So this is, we don't have that authority, but the Human Rights Commission. We're giving the authority to the Human Rights Commission
Okay, so,
to deal with this, our role. I mean, we're delegating our role to them. I mean, because we don't have a role, we can't, I think there's,
so I guess if you get a complaint, right, somebody complains to you and you're a mandated report, are you reporting to this panel? And we decide whether it,
Not for state.
I mean, that's what the discrimination panel is, so that's what I'm trying to figure out, what is our role? If we're giving it to human rights, what are we gonna do? Just do the policy, update the policy yearly, or
We would still,
why are people coming to us when they can go to the Human Rights Commission? That's what I'm, it's a little fuzzy on.
I think I think in that case, just my, maybe, we would hear the complaint and we would say, we don't have any jurisdiction over, if it were a complaint about a state law.
Okay,
We don't have any complaint, we don't have any jurisdiction over that. And we would meet with the person to complain it and say, here is the process that you can follow.
but if we do have jurisdiction over the person, are we still going to be doing what we have done in the past?
Yeah.
Without the Human Rights Commission.
Yeah.
This is civilly for people who are not within our jurisdiction. Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
we're not advocating our respectfully for our members.
okay,
It's more that we know that we don't have jurisdiction over
Okay.
those kinds of development, right? Anybody?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So did everybody respond to Damien about wanting to be on the bill?
no, I didn't know, but that's good, because I had a question.
Okay.
So I can certainly let them know.
Okay, so you should let Damien know that. And I will write to the members of the discrimination panel, and then we can go ahead and put the bill. All right?
Yeah.
All right, thanks everybody for meeting here. We have a motion to adjourn the meeting.
So,
Second, we need a
I don't
second.
need a second.
We don't need a second. You got this.